Alright, and now we're going to go into the first title fight of the night, which is the Jose Aldo versus Petr Yan. Alright? We got the legend. Jose Aldo. Some people are like, oh, he doesn't deserve another title shot. Oh, this and that. Listen, he's still a killer. Just because he hasn't fought for a title in a long time doesn't mean he should be overlooked. And he was looking good in this new weight class that he's in. Considering that he just cut some weight. Which is weird because, you know, the weight cut was tough already at 145. And he decided to drop down to 135. And he looks mean. He looks ripped and shredded. You know, so it looks like whatever kind of plan he worked to make this cut, he started getting the hang of it more so than the previous cut he did to 135. And he even said it like he felt a little bit better on this one. But you know, Yan has been another one of those fighters that have been a fighter to watch, up and coming. You know, he's plowing through. He's probably got some of the best boxing as well, not just in his division, but overall in the UFC as well. You know, a lot of this can be argued right now, you know, because you have Rose, you have Masvidal, you got all these fighters that are coming out with some great hands. But, you know, Petr Yan is pretty good. And whatever other rivalry is being brewed right now with Cody and all this and that, you know, Yan is nothing to mess with. I think he's got some great hands and power. This one almost went the distance. And this is why I'm going to say almost, because we all know the controversy of this one. The ref took too long to stop the fight in the fifth. That's what happened. But, you know, this was a competitive fight nonetheless. You know, I'm still going to give credit where it's due. The first round went to Petr Yan. At least in my opinion, on my unofficial scoring, I gave that a 10-9 to going over to Yan. But then in the second and third round, I felt Jose flipped it up, changed the pace, started getting his groove into it, and he took the second and he took the third for sure. 10-9 for round number 2, 10-9 for round number 3. And then we go into round 4. We're into the championship rounds, and guess what? You start seeing Aldo starting to slow down. He kind of saw it at the end of the third, because that's something I look at when I'm a judge. Is this fighter losing steam or not? Is the dog still in him? And in Jose, I started seeing him as slow down. Now, when you start slowing down, it doesn't mean you're pretty much done and you're not dangerous. All it takes is one hit, and that's it. You win the fight, tired or not. Heavy breathing, all it takes is one fight, one punch, and you've seen that. And you know, that's been in UFCs. I've seen UFCs. What's his name? Matt Stone and someone else. I can't remember. I don't want to say like Frank Trigg or something, but I think it was Stone, where one got punched in the ribs and he had the liver shot where he was going down, and then he comes out and knocks out the other guy. Mid liver punch, you know. It was like 2 knockouts because he had the liver punch and he knocked out the other opponent cold. But I think it was that one. I forget, Sam Stone. Not Sam Stone. I can't remember. I think it was like Sam Stout or something like that. It was a long time ago. I would have to look that up. And I'll put it in the down at the bottom somewhere, because instead of sounding like a fool. Anyway, going into this current fight, we had Jose Aldo doing all that work. I just don't understand. In that 5th round, he was hurt, he was tired, and he's getting pounded on. You know, obviously there's going to be a 10-8 because it was a TKO, right? He was finished, but the referee didn't do anything. You know, he's not defending himself. He's cuddled up in the turtle position, and you know, he would try to do things. And I get, you want to give credit to the fighter and say, hey, he's doing this. You know, he's a legend. You don't want to cut him off short in the title fight, but sometimes you shouldn't give too much time to a fighter, no matter who he is. And that could have led to some kind of serious injury. So You know, I know there's some more UFCs coming later on that Wednesday. Then there's some more on the Saturday. But we really got to tighten that up. Just like Dana White says, I agree. The whole officiating from referee and judges needs to tighten up on this one. Because we can't have that. Nonetheless, it was a TKO. Congratulations to Jan for being the champ. Now you're the man. People are going to come gunning for you. Some already are. And like in Cody Garbrandt and all that. You know, Henry Cejudo too, who started saying stuff. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna do that, then stay retired. Don't call out a guy that was supposed to fight you, and you're gonna say he's trash. Then go do it. You know. So, yeah, you're cringy, but you can be a little respectful too. Whereas, if you really wanted to fight him, you would have stayed in the class, not retired. You wouldn't say, hey, I'm gonna kick your butt when you're not really gonna do it, unless if you're going to stay in retirement. Unless you're going to get out of retirement. And then you're going to do it and challenge them and get your belt back. But, you know, that's the cringy stuff. That's why I respect more Cody's call out. He's still in the game. And he wants his belt back. The other one retires. And he says this stuff. Listen, Cejudo, you're a great guy. You're an awesome fighter, bro. But that was tasteless. That's all I'm going to say. Nonetheless, all respect to Aldo. You're a legend. You're awesome. You know, the fact that you're still doing it after fighting for so long in the game in high-level competition. Because there's a difference also of fighters that just fight for a long time. And there's fighters that have fought in a high level and have kept at that high level for the course of times. This man has been champ for many years, many times, many challengers. And if it wasn't even after he was a champ, he still fought high-level fighters at that time. So, you know, we're talking about a man that had no breaks. You know, this is a Hall of Famer right there. So, respects in that. You know, when you're on that constant high level and you're fighting great fighters, you know.